7 signs God is testing you before He blesses you. Listen closely. There is a reason you feel weighed down by the world. There is a reason you find yourself on your knees, your face pressed against the cold, unfeeling floor of despair. This is no accident. It is no punishment. It is a test. Because before God ever blesses you, He will forge you. And forging is not a gentle act. It is the hammer against the anvil. It is the fire that consumes all that is weak within you, until only the indestructible core remains. You want the promise, but are you ready for the process? Because the truth is, every soul destined for greatness must walk through its own valley of shadows. Ask Abraham, who waited decades for a promise he could barely believe. Ask Joseph, thrown into a pit by his own brothers, sold as a slave, then imprisoned for a lie before he could ever rule a nation. Ask Moses, wandering the desert for 40 years, leading a rebellious people who doubted him at every step. And ask yourself now, is this pain you're in a sign of abandonment, or is it the sacred signal that you are being prepared for more than you can imagine? You see, the first sign God is testing you is that He strips you of what you thought you needed. He lets the walls you built crumble. The job you worshipped ends. The relationship you idolized falls apart. The comfort you clung to turns to dust. Because you must learn that He is your source, not them. The loss is not the end. It is the removal of everything that would hold you back from your real calling. Look around at the ashes of what you thought was essential. What is He asking you to trust Him with now? The second sign God is testing you is silence. He stops speaking. You pray and it feels like your words hit the ceiling. You wait and hear nothing. You look for signs, but see only darkness. But understand this, the teacher is always silent during the test. God wants to know, will you believe in what He said last time when you can't hear Him this time? Will you act on faith when you have no proof? This is not cruelty. This is preparation. Because if you can trust in silence, you will be unshakable in noise. You will not be swayed by the cheers or the jeers of others. Your faith will be your compass, even when the map burns in your hand. The third sign God is testing you is opposition. Enemies will rise. People will slander you. Doors will slam shut. Circumstances will conspire to make you quit. But remember, no one builds muscle without resistance. No one wins a fight without an opponent. David needed Goliath. Elijah needed the prophets of Baal. Jesus Himself faced Pharisees, Romans, betrayal, and a cross. Your enemies are not evidence that God has abandoned you. They are proof He is preparing you. Do you really want to carry the weight of blessing if you have no strength to hold it? These trials are forging that strength. Your reaction to opposition reveals the size of your destiny. Most people crumble when criticized. Most people retreat when faced with conflict. But you, listen to me. You were never called to be most people. You are being shaped to withstand the weight of glory. The fourth sign God is testing you is delay. Nothing happens on your schedule. The promise seems to stall. The dream looks like it died on the vine. And here's the truth that burns but frees you. God is not interested in your timeline. He is interested in your transformation. Because a quick blessing given to an unprepared heart is a curse in disguise. Consider Thomas Edison failing thousands of times before the light bulb. Consider Walt Disney rejected over and over until he built an empire of dreams. Consider Abraham Lincoln, defeated in election after election before saving a nation. Delay is not denial. Delay is refinement. Delay is the kiln where your character is hardened. God is asking, will you keep walking when the finish line disappears in the fog? Will you plant seeds even when you see no harvest yet? Because faith is not proven in reward. It is proven in waiting. The fifth sign God is testing you is discomfort. He leads you out of the familiar. He makes you leave Egypt, even though you fear the desert. He calls you to step onto the water, knowing the wind and waves will rise. because comfort is the enemy of calling. God loves you too much to let you stay where you are. He will unsettle you until you move. He will disturb your sleep until you dream. He will take away your safety until you learn that He is your shield. You can fight this and stay small, or you can surrender and grow into the giant He designed you to be. Stop praying for an easy life. Start praying for a life worthy of the calling you've received, because He will not give you comfort. He will give you courage. The sixth sign God is testing you is exposure. He will reveal the truth about you, your hidden motives, your secret fears, your unhealed wounds, not to shame you, but to heal you. You see, you cannot carry His blessing if you are weighed down by your own lies. You cannot lead if you are still chained to your past. God will pull back the curtain on what you hope to hide. He will place you in situations that reveal your anger, your insecurity, your greed. And when you see it, you have a choice. Repent or repeat, because the truth you refuse to face is the enemy that will defeat you later. He is giving you the chance now to conquer it in the quiet, before it ruins you in the open. Do not run from exposure. Embrace it, because He disciplines those He loves. The seventh sign God is testing you is exhaustion. Yes, utter weariness. You will reach the end of your strength. Your willpower will fail. Your cleverness will be spent. Your plans will shatter. And there you will lie, broken. But listen carefully. This is exactly where He wants you. Because when you are at the end of yourself, you are at the beginning of Him. He does not want your strength. He wants your surrender. He does not want your control. He wants your trust. He wants you to know that you cannot earn His blessing. You can only receive it. This exhaustion is not punishment. It is invitation to lay down your burden, to stop striving, to let Him carry you. Because in your weakness, His power is made perfect. Because those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. So if you are tired, welcome. You are exactly where you need to be. This is the crucible. This is the test. This is the place where blessings are born. You want to know if God is testing you before He blesses you. Look at what you've lost. Listen for the silence. Feel the opposition. Endure the delay. Embrace the discomfort. Face the exposure. Acknowledge the exhaustion. Because these are not signs of rejection. They are the fingerprints of preparation. They are the sacred marks of someone God refuses to leave ordinary. He is not trying to break you down to nothing. He is trying to break you open to everything. Stay with me, because you need to hear this. The world will tell you that these signs mean you're cursed, that you're failing, that you're being punished for your flaws. But the truth is, you are being chosen. Because God does not test what He does not intend to use. He does not refine worthless ore. He refines gold. You are gold in the making. That fire you're in, it is designed to burn away every impurity that would corrupt the blessing you're about to carry. You can curse the fire, or you can thank it, because without it you would remain raw, unshaped, unworthy of the promise. I want you to imagine the greatest people in history, the Titans, whose names outlived centuries. They were not made in comfort. They were made in adversity. Look at Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, 27 years of silence, opposition, delay, and crushing isolation. Yet he emerged not bitter, but forged, ready to lead a nation into freedom. Do you think God wastes your pain? No, He repurposes it. He turns prisons into schools, enemies into teachers, delays into development. So if you are asking, why me? Change the question. Ask, what is He making me? Because this is the question of transformation. This is the question that turns victims into victors, that turns the wounded into warriors. You were not born to live a small life, shackled by fear, bowed by mediocrity. You were born to carry something eternal. But the eternal cannot live in the temporary shell of your old self. It must break you open. And so these tests, these 7 holy agonies, they are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal you, the real you, the you that can stand when others fall, the you that can speak truth when others tremble, the you that can bless when others curse, the you that can lead, love, create, heal. But you have to let go. You have to let go of your timeline. of your ego, of your plans, your false security, your old identity. You must be willing to become unrecognizable to your past self. That is the price of destiny. You must walk through the wilderness. You must feel the hunger, the thirst, the fear. You must be willing to go where there is no map, because he is not trying to get you to a place. He is trying to make you into a person, someone who can carry his blessing without breaking under its weight, because blessing has weight, responsibility, temptation, visibility. It is easy to want the crown. It is hard to bear it. Ask any king who fell to greed, any leader who collapsed under scandal, any visionary who lost himself in ego. God will not give you what will destroy you. He will hold it back until you are ready. This is mercy. This is love. And it is why the test precedes the blessing. So if you are in the test now, do not despair. Stand up in the ashes of what you lost. Lean into the silence and listen for the whisper. Push back against the opposition with holy defiance. Wait through the delay with patient faith. Walk into discomfort with courage. Face exposure with humility. Embrace exhaustion with surrender, because in doing so you are proving that you are trustworthy with the promise. You are demonstrating that you will not turn the blessing into an idol, that you will not use the power to serve yourself, that you will not forget who gave it to you, that you will use it to bless others, because this is the point of blessing, not to make you comfortable, but to make you a vessel, to turn your life into a conduit of his goodness, your story into someone else's survival guide, your scars into someone else's healing, your wisdom into someone else's path. That is why he tests you. He is not trying to see you fail. He is showing you what needs to change so you can carry the weight of glory, so you can step into rooms you once thought were beyond you. Speak words that heal nations. Build things that last generations. Live a life that outlives you, because that is what blessing truly is. It is not fleeting pleasure. It is not temporary wealth. It is not applause or followers or fame. It is legacy. It is impact. It is your life becoming evidence of something greater. Do you want that? Then endure the test. Do not shortcut it. Do not numb it with distractions. Do not bargain your way out of it. Stand in it. Let it transform you. Let it humble you. Let it make you wise. Let it make you strong. Because when the time comes, and hear me, that time will come, when God finally says, now when he opens the door, no man can shut. When he pours out the blessing so heavy you need others to help you carry it, you will not be surprised. You will not be overwhelmed. You will not be destroyed by it. You will be ready. Ready because you were faithful with little, because you stood when others sat, because you praised when others complained, because you trusted when others gave up. This is the making of greatness. This is the price of the promise. And this is your invitation, because the test is not forever. The blessing is coming, but only for those who choose to endure the refining fire. Listen to me carefully now, because this is the moment where many turn back, where they say enough, it's too much. They refuse the fire. They flee the silence. They make peace with mediocrity to avoid the pain of transformation. But not you. You did not come this far to stop here. You did not survive what tried to kill you only to live a half-life. There is something in you that knows this testing is holy, that knows comfort is a cage, that knows you were meant for more than simply surviving. You were meant to build, to create, to heal, to lead, to love, without fear, to stand in your power, not the false power of ego, but the true power of humility, wisdom, and purpose, because it can do tremendous good or unspeakable harm. That is why God tests you, because he will not entrust you with influence if you will use it to serve only yourself. He will not give you wealth if it will make you cruel. He will not give you love if you will crush it in your insecurity. He will not give you power if you will use it to dominate rather than uplift. So he tests you. He lets you taste loss, so you learn empathy. He lets you be slandered, so you learn grace. He lets you be lonely, so you learn intimacy with him. He lets you fail, so you learn humility. He lets you wait, so you learn patience. He lets you break, so you learn surrender. Because these virtues cannot be learned in comfort. They are carved into your soul through trial, like a sculptor, chiseling away everything that does not belong. Yes, it hurts, but the hurt is not cruelty, it is precision. He knows who you can become. He knows what the world needs. He knows the blessing He wants to pour out through you, and He knows the price, because there is always a price. You cannot have the crown without the cross. You cannot wear the mantle without feeling its weight. You cannot speak with authority without first learning to listen. Look at every person in history who shaped the world for good. They all paid a price. Martin Luther King Jr. paid with threats, prison, and ultimately his life. Mother Teresa paid with decades among the dying and forgotten. Nelson Mandela paid with years behind bars. They were not punished. They were prepared, because their blessing was not for themselves. It was for us. And that is your calling, too. Your blessing is not just for you. It is for the people waiting on the other side of your obedience. For the child who needs your example. For the friend who needs your wisdom. For the stranger who needs your compassion. For the generation that needs your courage. This is why God tests you, because He loves them too much to send them an unprepared messenger. He loves you too much to let you stay small, so He calls you out of what is easy, out of what is safe, out of what is familiar, into the wilderness, into the unknown, into the place where faith is no longer an idea but a lifeline, where you cannot rely on what you know, only on who you know, where your strategies fail, but His provision does not, where your ego dies, but your spirit comes alive. This is the holy path. It is narrow, it is steep. Few choose it, but those who do change the world. So if you are in the fire, do not curse it, thank it. If you are in the silence, do not panic. Listen. If you are facing opposition, do not retreat. Stand firm. If you are waiting, do not despair. Hope. If you are uncomfortable, do not numb yourself. Lean in. If you are being exposed, do not hide. Confess. If you are exhausted, do not quit. Rest in Him, because these are not signs of His absence. They are signs of His nearness. They are evidence that He is taking you seriously, that He is preparing you for something bigger than you can imagine, something that will outlive you. Because when He blesses you, it will not be small. It will not be safe. It will not be selfish. It will be world-shaking. It will be the kind of blessing that requires every lesson you are learning now, the kind that demands humility, wisdom, courage, faith, compassion, and unbreakable integrity. And when it comes, you will not be surprised. You will be ready. Ready because you let the fire refine you. Because you let the silence teach you. Because you let the opposition strengthen you. Because you let the delay mature you. Because you let the discomfort expand you. Because you let the exposure heal you. Because you let the exhaustion bring you to your knees, where you finally learn to stand. This is the path. This is the cost. This is the test. And on the other side of it is the blessing you were born for. Do not turn back now, because this is the moment the enemy hopes for, that you will say, "It's too much," that you will choose the easy way, that you will trade your birthright for a bowl of comfort, that you will settle for less than what you were born to do. He wants you small, quiet, tame, predictable. But you were not made to be small. You were not made to be silent. You were not made to be tamed. You were made to roar with the voice God gave you, to speak truth where there are lies, to bring hope where there is despair, to bring light where there is darkness. You were made to carry His blessing, not for your own glory, but for His, and that is why it costs so much. Because cheap things are easily discarded. They don't last. They don't change anything. But what is precious is always forged. Gold in the fire, diamond under pressure, a warrior in battle, a leader in crisis. Do you really want to be trusted with blessing? Then prove you can handle the process, not just the promise, because God is not a genie. He is a father. He is not in the business of granting wishes. He is in the business of raising sons and daughters. He will not hand you something that will crush you. He will make sure you are strong enough to bear it. So these tests you hate, they are His mercy. That heartbreak that made you question everything, mercy. That silence that made you feel alone, mercy. That enemy who forced you to fight, mercy. That delay that humbled you, mercy. That discomfort that stretched you, mercy. That exposure that brought you to your knees, mercy. That exhaustion that broke your pride, mercy. Because without them you would never be ready. You would never see what needs to change. You would never learn to trust Him instead of yourself. You would never become the person who can carry the blessing well. Because it is not just about you. It is about the lives your blessing will touch. It is about the generations who will be changed because you refuse to give up. It is about the legacy you will leave behind. When you stand before God one day, He will not ask you how comfortable you were. He will ask you what you did with what He gave you. He will ask you if you loved well, if you forgave freely, if you served humbly, if you believed deeply, if you refused to quit, if you grew into the fullness of who He made you to be, because that is the measure of success in His kingdom, not the size of your bank account, not the number of people who applauded you, not the absence of pain, but the presence of purpose, the depth of love, the quality of your faith, the willingness to lay down your life for something bigger than you. So I am asking you now, are you willing to stay in the fire until the impurities burn away? Willing to walk in silence until your ears are tuned to His voice? Willing to face your enemies until you learn to bless them? Willing to wait as long as it takes? Willing to be uncomfortable so you can grow? Willing to let the truth heal what you tried to hide? Willing to collapse in exhaustion so you can finally let Him carry you? Because if you are willing, nothing can stop you. No devil in hell, no critic on earth, no fear in your heart, because you will have become unshakable. Not because you are strong, but because you know who your strength comes from. Not because you are perfect, but because you know grace. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you trust the one who does. That is what the test is creating in you. Not a person who avoids the storm, but one who can walk through it. Not a person who never doubts, but one whose faith survives the doubt. Not a person who is never hurt, but one who knows how to heal. Not a person who wins every battle, but one who knows how to get back up. Because the world does not need more perfect people. It needs real ones, tested ones, humble ones, brave ones. It needs you, fully alive, fully awake, fully surrendered. So don't resent the test. Don't run from it. Don't shortcut it. Let it do its work. Let it transform you. Because on the other side of this testing is a blessing you cannot yet imagine. A life that matters, a story that inspires, a legacy that endures. But only if you choose to stay. Stay in the fire. Stay in the silence. Stay through the opposition. Stay during the delay. Stay when it's uncomfortable. Stay when you're exposed. Stay even when you're exhausted. Stay until He says, "Now you're ready," because He will say it. One day He will. And when He does, you will know every tear was worth it. Every prayer was heard. Every battle had a purpose. Every delay was divine timing. Every breaking was sacred preparation. And you will not just be blessed. You will be the blessing. Because that is the final truth you must understand. You are not just being prepared to receive the blessing. You are being prepared to become the blessing. That is what He has always intended. Not to make you rich so you can hoard, but so you can give freely. Not to make you influential so you can boast, but so you can lift others up. Not to make you wise so you can look down on others, but so you can guide them gently. Not to make you strong so you can dominate, but so you can protect the weak. That is the purpose behind every test. It is not about you alone. It is about what He can do through you. It is about the hungry mouths you will feed, the broken hearts you will mend, the lost souls you will point home, the children who will look at you and see hope. It is about the world He loves so much that He refuses to leave it without witnesses of His grace. That is why He will not bless you before you're ready, because He loves them too much. He knows the damage an unprepared person can do with blessing. He has seen it. The pastors who fell to scandal, the leaders who became tyrants, the rich who became cruel, the gifted who destroyed themselves. He will not let that be you. So he tests you. He tests your heart. He tests your motives. He tests your loyalty. He tests your integrity. He tests your faith. He tests your love, not to disqualify you, but to qualify you, because he wants to say of you what he once said of Job. Have you considered my servant? There is none like him, a person who cannot be bought, who cannot be intimidated, who cannot be corrupted, who cannot be shaken, who will praise him in plenty and in want, who will serve him in light and in darkness, who will remain faithful when it costs everything. That is who he is shaping you to be. And yes, it is hard. It is supposed to be. Diamonds do not form in comfort. They require pressure. Gold does not purify itself. It requires fire. Weapons do not sharpen themselves. They require friction. Souls do not mature on their own. They require trial. So if you are crying out, "Why is this so hard?" Know this: it is hard because you are precious. It is hard because you matter. It is hard because he refuses to give up on you. He refuses to leave you half-formed. He refuses to let you settle for less than the life you were created to live. He loves you too much, so he tests you. He strips away what is false. He burns away what is impure. He exposes what is weak. He humbles what is proud. He breaks what is unyielding, until what remains is true, until what remains is holy, until what remains can hold the weight of glory. This is your calling. This is your destiny, to become someone who can carry blessing without it destroying you, to become someone who can be trusted with power because you know how to serve, to become someone who can be trusted with wealth because you know how to give, to become someone who can be trusted with influence because you use it to heal, to become someone who can be trusted with love because you know how to cherish it. That is the journey. That is the test. And that is why you must not give up. Not now, not ever. Because if you quit now, you will never know what could have been. You will never see the promise fulfilled. You will never touch the lives you were meant to save. You will never become the person you were born to be. You will never stand in the fullness of who he made you to be. So choose today. Choose to stay in the fire. Choose to trust in the silence. Choose to fight through the opposition. Choose to wait through the delay. Choose to grow through the discomfort. Choose to heal through the exposure. Choose to surrender in the exhaustion. Because every time you choose to stay, you are telling God, I trust you more than I trust myself. I want what you want more than what I want. I believe your promise more than my fear. I choose your way over the easy way. And he sees that. He honors that. He delights in that. Because that is faith. That is what he is looking for. Not perfection, not performance, not pretense, but faith. The faith to believe that even this pain has purpose. The faith to believe that even this silence speaks. The faith to believe that even this waiting is sacred. The faith to believe that even this breaking is healing. The faith to believe that he is good even when life is not. The faith to believe that he is working even when you cannot see. The faith to believe that he is enough even when you have nothing left. That is what the test produces. That is what makes you ready. That is what prepares you to carry the blessing well. So do not run. Do not hide. Do not numb. Do not shortcut. Do not quit. Stay, because he is not done with you. And when he is done, you will not even recognize yourself. You will be new. You will be whole. You will be strong. You will be wise. You will be humble. You will be ready. And you will see the blessing come. You will hold it in your hands, and you will know every tear was holy, every test was sacred, every moment was worth it, because in the end you will not just have been blessed, you will have become the blessing.